A father slept in his son's empty room. Welcome to my channel. Before you skip this video, stop for a moment, because this story is not loud, not dramatic. It is quiet, heavy, and painfully real. This is the story of a father who smiled at his son's wedding, but cried the first night he slept alone in his son's empty room. The wedding day was busy. Too busy to feel anything properly. Guests everywhere, laughter, music, congratulations. People kept telling him, "You must be so proud. Your son is married now." He smiled every time, he nodded every time. He said thank you. Inside something felt strange, but he ignored it. He stood strong during the ceremony. When his son sat beside his bride, he felt happiness. Real happiness. He had raised his son well. He had fulfilled his duty. That is what fathers are taught to believe. That night the house became quiet. Very quiet. After everyone left, he walked slowly through the home. The lights were on, but the warmth was missing. He went to his son's room without thinking. The door was open. The bed was perfectly made. Too perfect, no clothes on the chair. No shoes near the door. No phone ringing. His son was gone. For the first time in years, the house felt bigger than it should. He stood there for a long moment, then sat on the bed. The mattress still smelled familiar. He touched the pillow gently, like he was afraid to disturb something sacred. Memories came rushing back without permission. He remembered the nights his son cried as a child, afraid of the dark. How he would carry him into this same room. How his son would hold his finger tightly until he fell asleep. He remembered teaching him how to tie his shoes, how to ride a bicycle, how to stand up after falling. He had been present for everything. Now he was present for nothing. Instead of going back to his own room, the father lay down on his son's bed. He told himself it was just for one night. Just to feel close, just to rest. But rest did not come. The silence was loud. His chest felt heavy. His eyes burned. He turned to the side and hugged the pillow. That was when his control finally broke. Quiet tears rolled down his face. Not the kind that shake your body, the kind that slowly drain your strength. He whispered to himself, "I did my job. So why does this hurt so much?" Fathers are not taught how to deal with this pain. They are taught to be strong, to let go, to accept. But no one tells them how empty it feels when the purpose they lived for walks out of the house happily. The next morning, he woke up in the same room. Sunlight entered through the window. For a second, he expected to hear his son's voice. Then reality returned. At breakfast, only 2 plates were set. His wife noticed his silence. She knew. Mothers feel these things faster. She didn't say anything. She just placed tea in front of him and squeezed his hand gently. Days passed. His son called often. "Are you okay, Abba?" "Yes," he always replied. "I'm fine." He didn't lie completely. His son was happy. That mattered more than his loneliness. But nights were different. Every night he walked into that empty room. Sometimes he sat. Sometimes he lay down. Sometimes he just stood there. It became a habit he didn't talk about. One night he noticed something he had never seen before. Small pencil marks on the wall. Height measurements, dates written beside them. He smiled sadly. He remembered measuring his son every year, proudly watching him grow taller. Time had passed so quietly. Weeks later, his son visited. The house felt alive again. Laughter returned. Noise returned. The father felt full again. When it was time for his son to leave, the father hugged him longer than usual. "Take care of yourself," he said. That night, after his son left again, the father did something different. He went into the room, but instead of lying down, he straightened the bed. He opened the window. He let air and light in. He realized something important. His son did not leave him. His son grew, and growth always comes with distance. He slowly stopped sleeping in that room. Not because it stopped hurting, but because he accepted it. He found peace in knowing he raised a good man, a man capable of love, responsibility, and commitment. One evening he sat in the living room and smiled to himself. His son's room was empty, but his heart was full. Lesson: A father's love does not end when a son gets married. It simply becomes quieter. Letting go does not mean losing. It means trusting what you raised. Some tears are not signs of weakness. They are proof of a life given fully to someone else. Thanks for watching.